Hello Virgo, and welcome back. And if you're new here, know that I love you already. Virgo, this is going to be a general reading for the month of August. And as usual, we're going to do it in three parts. First of all, we're going to have a look at your state of mind, what's led you here, where you're kind of headed. Then we're going to have a look at the path through August and some advice. And then right at the end, we'll draw three cards as a message from the universe. And if you like these videos, you can always buy me a coffee to help support the channel, and I'm doing a limited number of personal readings, and you can find the details down below in the description. And of course, subscribe, notification bell. Right, Spirit, what do we have for Virgo for the month of August? Virgo for the month of August. Let's get into it. Virgo, is there love? Virgo, the card that represents you and your energy this month is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is really looking forward, not looking back at all. And it's a decisive thing. It's something that you're telling yourself inside, like, there's no more looking back. I can only move forward this month. Things have been a little bit rocky and uncertain, but there's a resolve to just look forward now and not look back. Your challenge is the Eight of Swords. So your challenge is your challenge this month is you're going to feel sometimes you're not doing the right thing, or am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Is this, like, question yourself. Every decision you make is like, is this right? Is this wrong? And sometimes this month you're going to do things and it is going to be the wrong thing. Okay. But just know that everything you need to do this month is to look forward. Whether you make mistakes or not. We all make mistakes. So don't be hard on yourself if you make mistakes. So that's your challenge. Sometimes you're going to do the right thing, sometimes you're going to do the wrong thing. But forgive yourself and move on. And Virgo, for the last few months, I don't know, it's just all been about such love, In your heart space, you have the Eight of Cups, and it's like you just, every month, it just feels like you renewing your faith in your relationship. Look, it could also mean a pregnancy, okay? So if you don't want kids, take the necessary precautions, okay? But it's not in the outcome position. It's in maybe you're thinking about kids, Maybe that's the space that you're in. But in your heart space, when the Ace of Cups comes up in your heart space, it's like the ultimate card. And then your head space, it's the Nine of Cups. So you've got the Ace of Cups, which is an amazing love card. You've got the Nine of Cups, which is even a more amazing love card, because this is like you feeling continuously that your wishes are being fulfilled. What a great space to be. The other signs are jealous of you, Virgo. They really, really are. Where you're coming from is, and what's led you here is lessons, okay? It could be just lessons that you've learned about yourself over the last couple of months. But certainly it's been a period of learning, and this is helping you move forward. And I think that's this realization, this Page of Swords thing, like, I can only move forward now. And so things have happened in the last month or so. And you've learned some lessons, perhaps and it's usually the lesson, and what comes to me, the lesson is this forever? Or realizing how fragile your future can be by relying on one thing. Okay. And I think that's what's put you in this space of being resolved about your future. about making plans about your future and looking forward is having learnt about the fragility of one thing, or on focusing on one thing. Because where you're headed to, I see you opening your eyes to new things. So Taurus had this as well. It's like you've had a narrow focus, and now you're learning to widen that focus and look at other things as well. Not to be focused on one thing. So I think there's been a lesson for you in terms of relying on this one thing, or having a focus that's been a bit narrow. So I see in your heart space, your relationship, it's like amazing. But there's other stuff going on where, there's been some lessons learned, and you look into the future. Let's have a look at your path through August, Virgo. So in your space of insecurities, the little voice in your head that always expresses that self-doubt, you have the Four of Wands. So basically what's happening is here, you're just afraid that you haven't built enough of a foundation, and that might be scaring you. Like and this might have something to do with the fact that maybe you've realized that your focus has been a bit narrow, and it's made you vulnerable by relying on one thing. That's your insecurity. But when it's in the insecurity position, it means that you probably have enough of a foundation. Okay? So don't stress about it. You've built enough, you've built a base that you can rely on. You're standing on solid ground. And that's everywhere in your life at the moment. You're standing on solid ground right now. And the environment that you're operating in, if you're thinking of doing something new, there's just amazing abundance out there right now. The environment in August is like very receptive for you to reach out and grab things that you need. It's like walking into your favorite fresh veggie market, and there's stuff there that wasn't there last month, stuff that you've been wanting. Beautiful succulent tomatoes. Whereas last month they were all like small and green. So it's like surprising. You'll be surprised by how much stuff is out there this month. If you're looking to widen your focus, you're going to start seeing things that you didn't realize was there. So for instance, if you decided you're going to look for another job, or you've been looking for another job, suddenly that stuff will start come up in abundance. Your advice for August is to use your intelligence, okay, when making decisions. So use your head rather than your heart this month. Be a little bit more logical. You have the intelligence, you have all the information that you need. So feed off that information. You have that degree, you have that college education, you have that experience, and use that. Try and stay away from using your heart to make decisions this month. Think very much with your head, and the universe is saying, because it's the Queen of Swords, the universe is acknowledging that you have all the information and the skills that you need to make these decisions. So make sure you use them. As your provisional outcome is the Five of Swords. So these two cards are always related. The action that's required and the outcome. So the universe is saying, if you use all of these things, all of these skills and experience that you have, it'll ensure that you're in a position where you feel you're getting enough back for what you're giving. And I'll use the analogy of, if you're applying for a job, if you showcase your abilities and showcase your skills, then you will get what you deserve. If you don't, they will get more than what they're going to pay you less, okay, for what you know you have. So be sure to showcase what you know, showcase your skills, your experience, and don't leave anything out, okay? Because you know that this environment is abundance. The Empress is there to nurture and to nourish. It's all out there. It's like you have everything that you need. Let's get 3 cards from the universe. Universe, what do we have for Virgo? What else can you tell Virgo? Okay. You can deal with pain, universe is saying. So if you suffer some, because you've got the 8 of Swords, remember in your challenge card of, am I doing this right? And I see you making a couple of mistakes this month. But the universe is saying you have the capacity to get through whatever mistakes you make this month. Move away from stuff that doesn't serve you. Move away from negativity. Move away from that ex. Move away from stuff that makes you uncomfortable, like racism or sexism or narcissism. Move away. When this card comes up in this position here, there's something you're allowing in your life which you should move away from. And then we have the Moon card. And that's really about being open and not keeping secrets. And keeping your eye out and being aware of secrets that may be being kept from you. But usually when when it comes up with the universe, it's an advice card. And the advice card is to be open and don't keep secrets this month. And in doing that, you'll prevent this pain. Okay. Because when we keep secrets, it tends to fester and get worse with time. Virgo, I hope that makes sense to you. And if it does, like this video and subscribe so that I can see you again soon.